New Call of Duty. I'm excited. Who's excited? I'm excited. Here comes the logo. We're pulling out. We're seeing all kinds of cool shots. Man, I love me some Call of Duty. Absolutely love Call of Duty. It's the best. What's this logo? What the
Okay, what's going on, guys? Call of Duty.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So Rob, he hasn't heard about this stuff.
I have not heard about this.
So as you guys know right now what's going on, we're just kind of filling up with the discussions and we're doing like these mini podcasts over here in Eligible Monster. Natalie's still sick, but we are planning to bring back stuff like discussions and all that stuff like that. Real quick, I wanted to say some people are like, oh, she has a really bad cold. No, she literally almost died.
Yeah.
So she's recovering from that.
It was pretty damn serious, guys.
Yeah, it wasn't. She didn't just have a cold and vanished. We are letting her recover before we continue with the major content. But Rob, as you know, is what we in the gaming community like to call crap at his games. No.
Wow. I mean, you're not wrong, depending on the type of game.
No, Rob is what we like to call the frat boy gamer.
The frat boy gamer.
The frat boy gamer is the Madden Call of Duty guy who doesn't really break out of that mold too often.
Yeah, I don't play the weird games.
No, that proves my point.
I'm just
So this felt like a great topic to have with you.
Yeah.
Okay, so Call of Duty, comes out every year. It's one of your favorite games, or at least it was.
It was,
I know you haven't, in the last couple of years, haven't really been a part of it.
Yeah.
So that leads to this question. They're making some drastic changes, as we've heard from a leak. At the time of this video, none of this is confirmed.
Now, here's a question. Is it a Charlie Intel leak? Because if it's Charlie Intel, then it's pretty much confirmed.
Yes, I believe that's who it is.
Because Charlie Intel's like never been wrong.
I didn't look back to who it was, but I remember that name sounds familiar. And then the comments were that it came from the person who has always been proven right.
Yeah, Charlie Intel.
Okay, so the rumor is that the new Call of Duty Black Ops 4, which by the way they don't know how Roman numerals work, you don't just put 4 lines.
Yeah, I saw that. Yeah, people were like, so when did that become 4? Like, when did that replace the Roman numeral 4?
Yeah, they've said that they're removing the single player campaign. And they're adding in an Overwatch mode, which is like hero-based 6-on-6 combat. Hero-based means hero shooter is basically your character has a preset gun, and preset power.
Yeah, I get that.
They're adding in that, and they're adding in a battle royale mode for this year.
See, I don't know how they're going to make that work. Battle royale, I understand, but I don't think people are going to buy into it. I don't get how they're going to make a hero element work, because it would basically just be 6v6 with less perks. That's basically how it's going to be. It'll, I don't get. I mean, the reason why that works with Overwatch is because everybody has totally different abilities. Like Tracer can kind of.
2 seconds. Our chat is saying that we missed out. Did we not intro this? I thought I said what we're doing.
Yeah, I said
we're on EM.
I said Call of Duty.
Yeah,
so,
we're talking about Call of Duty.
Yeah.
How was that not introed? How did we not intro
this?
this?
In case we didn't intro this, we're talking about Call of Duty. So,
and the leaked rumors of what's happening in Call of Duty. Yeah, that's today's discussion.
The title will give you the topic. So, I mean, the reason why Overwatch works like that is because Tracer teleports and like D.Va is a tank and shoots and does other stuff too. Like, I mean, like people
she has missiles, she boosts, she has the matrix, the defense matrix to block things.
Okay.
Don't mock my main.
Yeah, whatever, man. Like what Benny said. Like different characters have different abilities that if worked in the right kind of unison can just dominate teams. As long as people know how to play those characters correctly, use the right characters in the right circumstances, each one has a use.
Right.
Each one has a drawback, but each one has a use. With Call of Duty, it's the pick 10 system, and it's all the same perks as always. The only way you can make that work is if one, you give them abilities that just haven't that none of the other parts of the game have, which is entirely possible. Or you just like limit it to a perk. So like one hero only has lightweight.
Yeah.
Like one hero only has, quick reload or whatever.
What if they just made up like Overwatch style abilities? Because they've also said that part of that leak also said that they're going to be altering the movement to go back to what it was before. So you know how everyone loved World War II, World at War, whatever the new one is.
Yeah, the fast-paced ones.
They like the classic.
Infinite Warfare.
They're going back to like Advanced Warfare.
Yeah.
And Advanced and Infinite. What is the it's World War II, isn't it? What's the new
World War II is a current one.
Okay.
That one's supposed to be a throwback to the boots on the ground, and that game still sucks. And then there is Infinite Warfare, which is kind of like the last of the jump around jetpacks.
For you guys know, I actually am a Call of Duty fan. I've played all the way up to Infinite Warfare. That was where I dropped off.
Yeah.
So World War II, I just said I'm not getting back.
I didn't even play the multiplayer in Infinite Warfare.
Once I heard that they were dropping loot crates on Normandy Beach, I'm like, no.
They were dropping loot crates on Normandy Beach?
Wow, it tells you last time Rob played a Call of Duty.
What?
Yeah, so the game has a lobby system. You jump into the lobby system, you can walk around freely with other players, and when they buy a loot crate, it drops right in front of them on Normandy Beach, and you watch them open it. The idea was to entice other people to buy loot crates.
Yes, the invasion of Normandy, one of the most deadly parts of World War II. But had they opened the loot crates, things would have turned out differently. Wow, Call of Duty. So yeah, I could.
See, for me, one thing that I always enjoyed was the single player. Because this is how Call of Duty always went for me. Every year I'd see it coming out and I'd be like, I'm not getting into that again. I'm not getting into that again. And I'd always grab it to play the single player. And over the course of me playing the single player, I would dabble in the multiplayer, and it would hook me back into the multiplayer because then my friends would see me, we'd all start playing it, but it was always the single player that like brought me back into the multiplayer. I didn't just always buy it to play the multiplayer, and then I would level like crazy in Call of Duty. I mean, you and I played one of them.
Yeah, we played Black Ops 3.
Okay, yeah. And we were just doing that. But so for me to not have a single player campaign to get behind this time, I think, like, I didn't get World War II, but there was a reason. There was something else that came out at that same time.
Battlefield 1.
Was it Battlefield 1?
I think that came out around the time of...
No, that was a year before that.
Oh, that was a year before that.
Something else, another game came out that I got hooked into.
Huh.
But whatever it was, there was a reason. And I probably would have gotten it eventually, but then I heard all the news about the loot crates, and I said, screw that. You know what I mean? But this time, if there's not even a single player to hook me and bring me in, I don't think I'm interested.
Oh, I was the opposite. Like, I love the multiplayer. Well, I love the single player in COD 4 and World War II. Or, I'm sorry, Modern Warfare 2. Those single players are cool because they were connected.
Yeah.
Like, you had Soap and you had Captain Price and all that kind of stuff. And it was awesome. I even liked the campaigns.
Black Ops 1 and 2 linked together, if I remember correctly. The story linked together.
Yeah. They
3
did.
was like, what the hell?
Yeah.
And now 4 is just
nowhere.
not going to have one. Like,
the campaigns kind of linked together. And then even going back as far as, like, COD 3. Like, I love the campaign in COD 3. And even the campaign in Call of Duty 2. I mean, they had great campaigns. The problem was that after a while, it seemed like more emphasis was being put on, like, multiplayer than the campaign. They were just kind of like, whatever, it's a thing that's there.
Yeah.
You know, and the stories just weren't really riveting or interesting. It didn't really have any substance.
no, I agree. They started losing what was interesting. I thought Black Ops 3, which one is the... There's so many of them now.
Yeah.
Which one was the one that had... was it Black Ops 3 or Advanced Warfare that had the guy from Kevin Spacey?
That was Advanced Warfare.
Okay, I liked that campaign.
Yeah.
That was kind of like a mix between Titanfall and Call of Duty.
Yeah.
Thought that was a really good one.
Black Ops 3, that campaign was the one with Chris Maloney. Where it turned out you were that guy the whole time.
Wait, 3?
Black Ops 3.
I don't even remember. I remember like a scene from 3 going into like this weird, this was abandoned kind of a situation. I didn't like 3. I didn't like 3's story.
That's one where you were like jumping. Sometimes you couldn't tell what was like an alternate reality or like what was a digital reality and what was actually real.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, that was the weird one.
I liked 1 and 2 because they linked together.
Yeah.
It was a great story that was being told. And then 3 I got because I'm like, we're going to get more to this story. Like, who's going to be all tripping balls this time?
Yeah. And then it was just, that's the problem is once the multiplayer started going in a direction where they were like, all we care about is esports and like whatever, the casuals will play the game, who cares, which kind of turned out to be false because people dropped off in pretty huge numbers.
Yeah.
But like once they started, not really caring about the general public in multiplayer, I personally don't like Call of Duty games where every map is just small and tiny. I know there are those that do, but like I
prefer that. I actually prefer that in my multiplayer versus Battlefield or Battlefront's massive sprawl.
But see, the old Call of Duty
Because I
games,
like dying coming right back.
the old Call of Duty games were like they were the middle ground. I mean, you had like big maps.
Yeah, but you also
had
had small maps. Now they're all close quarters esports
But most
style
of the
stuff,
maps were middle-sized maps. Like you had Rundown in Modern Warfare 2, and you had High Rise in Modern Warfare 2, and you had like Grid in Black Ops 1, and you had Nuketown in Black Ops 1. Like and even back in COD 4, you had like Salvage. So you had not Salvage, Cargo, I think is what it. No, it wasn't Cargo. Anyway, but you had like Scrapyard in Modern Warfare 2. You had like you had maps that were like medium sized. You had some maps that were huge.
Yeah.
But most of the maps were medium sized. And then you had a couple small maps. There was great map design in those old games. And then, what passes for Infinity Ward now started, moving the game in a different direction. But the fact remains, like, the problem that I have with the multiplayer is that it's the game isn't for me anymore. Like it's super fast
because it's not even the original game anymore. They've adapted it so differently.
They have, and I don't want to go into every game playing my ass off like 100% of the time. Like that's why I loved Modern Warfare 2 is because you could play in a variety of different ways.
Yeah,
you could camp, you could just basically patrol around the outside of the map. You could rush if you wanted to. It all depended on what your current mood was, and so that game was cool for me. Same thing with Black Ops 1, but. No, I mean, I think that with people looking at what they're doing now, the hero shooter, I mean, I guess you could limit a character to like one perk and one type of gun, and I guess that would work, but people are going to look at that and just say, like, it's a poor man's Overwatch.
Well, I was going to say, so dropping multiplayer, single player, So we're gonna have multiplayer. I don't think the league said anything about it, but I wouldn't see why we wouldn't have it because we've always had zombies.
Yeah.
So we'd have multiplayer zombies, Overwatch mode, and battle royale. Would those 4 as your options be enough to bring you back for Black Ops 4, which is apparently going to be a futuristic one with exo style movement?
You know, I'm gonna wait until the game comes out, and then I'll probably watch some videos on YouTube, watch some Twitch streams.
Yeah.
And then if I like the way it looks, then I might buy it. But honestly, I've grown out of Call of Duty.
I have too, I think.
Yeah, the window they had to lose players like me and then capture us back in has long since passed.
Well, I think that's part of their problem. They're thinking that if they just bring all these new modes in, they're going to get people. But I feel like Call of Duty caters to one age bracket and demographic. You and I had a talk a while ago, and you were like, I think I may be outgrowing games, but I don't think that's so much the case. I think what is going on is a lot of the games that you enjoyed, like Call of Duty, they always target 16-year-old Mountain Dew, Dorito eating, we're so extreme kids. That's what they target.
Yeah,
they don't age with their audience. You know, this isn't comic books where they'll age with them and like, okay, now we're gonna have a more adult themed storyline and stuff like that.
Yeah,
They
I can
always
see that.
every year it's like
But
the
the
latest
issue-
deals in Red Bull.
But it's also like no variety. Like
Yeah.
a game has to have a see. That's why I dropped off Overwatch, because there's no variety.
No,
in it.
I actually agree with you on
So-
that. I like Overwatch. I do like Overwatch a lot. Like one map every like 2 months?
Well, but not even that. Even if you do get more than one map, you only have 2 game modes.
Yeah.
And then like they give you an extra one in the holidays, and then it's gone after 2 months.
That
So
pisses me
it's-
off. We just had an
yeah.
amazing co-op map. Retribution dropped.
Yeah.
And it's gonna be gone.
Yeah, it's gonna disappear. So I just stopped playing. I was like, whatever. I'm not even gonna invest my time in Overwatch anymore. But no, I mean they're gonna have to be able to offer something that like neither Fortnite nor PlayerUnknown Battlegrounds can do. PlayerUnknown Battlegrounds is the answer to the question: what would happen if Modern Warfare 2 had a battle royale system?
Right.
Like that's what that is. Fortnite is just kind of in a league of its own. I was actually watching Twitch the other night. Fortnite had 148,000 people.
It's the
watching
largest
it.
game.
It's insane.
I think it only gets beat by League at this point.
Yeah, it's crazy. I was like, gee, and this is like 11 or 12 o'clock at night.
Yeah.
And I was
Oh,
like,
and for the record, I don't
Jesus.
care how popular League ever is. I will never go back to that.
Yeah, I've heard that community is so toxic.
They're
It's-
so bad.
Yeah, that's bad. Like, go find happiness, you know. But anyway, like it's
You know, I'll give you that. League people,
Yeah.
go find happiness.
go find happiness. Like,
Because none of you are happy.
Yeah.
I've never met a larger group of people that hates their own community
yeah, I define myself by how good I am at League of Legends
and how much I hate everyone else.
and how much I hate everyone
It's
else.
like those people that play video games to complain about the game they're playing. It's like, if you're bitching about it, it's time to move on to a different game.
Yeah, that's like Destiny 2. Like when like Bungle had this whole thing where they had the Destiny. They met, yeah, they met with like the YouTube community for
I
Destiny
saw
2.
that, yeah.
And I'm like, okay, so successful games don't have summits on how to fix their games. So I guess Destiny 2's dead. And so I was like, I'm not even gonna buy Warmind when it comes out. It's like, screw that.
Yeah.
But no, I mean, it doesn't mean that Call of Duty can't succeed. I mean, it is Call of Duty. Like the
Yeah.
name itself is enough.
Oh,
to,
it'll
like,
sell no matter
command-
what.
Yeah, like it'll command an audience because it's Call of Duty. I think this is really their ace in the hole, if I'm being honest. Like, or not really. Like this is their last shot. Like this is their Hail Mary. Like
Kind of go for all the popular
Yeah.
multiplayers and see what
yeah.
sticks.
I mean, it's bottom of the ninth and bases loaded, and the whole game rests on them hitting a home run on this, because if they don't pull it off, like, then Call of Duty will just start to become a dying franchise, because the future of like multiplayer games is the battle royale system.
Yeah.
The question is like,
there's a debate on that one, whether or not it's dying out already.
No, I think the future is a battle royale system. I think it's easy to say that it's dying out because all you really have is PUBG and Fortnite.
Yeah.
But then, like, if you have other games that start bringing in more of the components of what make those games unique into the battle royale idea, then I think in turn, like, that could be hugely successful. And it's entirely possible Call of Duty could be hugely successful.
Well,
like that.
see, this is the other side of it. Everyone's like bashing them. Oh, they're stealing from Overwatch. Oh, they're stealing from Battle Royale. What about from a business perspective? Call of Duty is now going to become the multiplayer game. Why go? Why, if you're leveling in Call of Duty and your buddies are all playing, why go play Overwatch? We can do Overwatch mode.
Well, okay,
Why go to PUBG? Like, I'm just like,
Yeah.
could that be their rationality behind it? Where they're trying. Like, I agree. This is probably their last Hail Mary. If this doesn't hit the numbers that their investors want,
Yeah, I don't know where
Call
they
of
go from
Duty's
here.
yeah, Call of Duty's
Yeah,
done.
there's nowhere to
But
go.
how do you feel about having an all-in-one package? Your Call of Duty experience
Well,
encompasses everything.
I think it's a smart move. They're giving you 4 games in for $60.
Yeah.
Now, I think the way they would kill it is microtransactions.
Oh, they'll have those.
You know, and it'll basically become a battle royale pay to win system. Like I mean, that's what PlanetSide was. PlanetSide
Yeah.
was just basically a giant war planet, but like it was pay to win.
Yes.
And so that's what killed PlanetSide too. I could see them making that mistake. I don't think they will. And for the people who are like, well, Call of Duty's copying over. Okay, well, Call of Duty was like the first-person shooter.
Oh,
I mean,
yeah.
like, well, after Doom and Duke
Pretty sure
Nukem,
the Medal of Honor started the trend that's what happened.
it started the trend. But in terms of like blowing
bad
up,
for how they got treated.
yeah, oh, dude, in terms of like blowing up like the new generation of FPS outside of like Doom and the games
Yeah.
that were based on Doom and Wolfenstein, all that kind of stuff. I mean, so yeah, I mean, if Call of Duty's copying Overwatch and they're copying, the Battle Royale system, well then, Call of Duty copied Doom and, Doom copied Wolfenstein. So whatever, man. It's 2018. No game's original anymore.
No.
There's no such thing as doing something.
I mean,
that
hell,
hasn't
even
been
the
done
original PUBG thing is just like the original concepts of a giant free for all.
Yeah.
On a larger scale.
before. Yeah, it's a 64-person free-for-all from Battlefield.
Yeah,
like it's not.
I mean, it's a mod from another game. Basically, is what it really boils down to. I know PUBG was made to be its own thing, but we've had that concept before. It was just not implemented as well as PUBG.
Yeah.
And then Fortnite took the concept and said, "What if we had Minecraft?" And it was like, "Oh my God, what?"
Yeah, and it blew that game the hell up. So I don't know. I mean, it's entirely possible. Like this could be Call of Duty. Like this could be Call of Duty's comeback game because that's what they need.
Yeah.
Like the idea was like, well, we're going to reinvent the FPS genre, and so we're going to give you the ability to run along walls, and it's like, okay, cool, whatever, And that's the thing. Like I think taking the concept of the hero shooter and blending it together with the concept of the battle royale with like zombies, which is one of their great big huge things, and giving you all that in a package where you can select all those different modes, I think is actually pretty genius. I mean, I think it's pretty smart. Whether it'll work or not, I
So
don't
here's
know.
the final question for this discussion. Then, are we going to be playing it when it drops? I know you said you're going to watch Twitch and everything like that. You're going to see how it looks, and that's fine.
Yeah.
But I'm just saying, in general, would you be willing to try it without seeing it ahead of time?
Probably not. But
No.
again, that's because I played Call of Duty back. Like for me, I would say I played Call of Duty when it was good. But people love the Call of Duty game they started with. It's like any other game. It's
like Pokemon.
It's like Pokemon, yeah. So people who started with Black Ops 1 are like, Black Ops 1's the best game. People who I would say the game they were best at is the one they say they were.
Black Ops
was
1 is the
game.
best game ever.
Yeah, I was
And I'm
amazing
ending the
at that
discussion there.
game. Yeah, and that's it. No, I mean I don't. I probably won't. I think I've grown out of Call of Duty by and large. I might play it. After I see some reviews on it, but the days of me just like standing out and buying it the day it comes out, the night it comes out,
Yeah.
and then running home and playing it, those days are long gone.
Okay.
So, yeah.
All right.
That's
Well,
not
thank you
bad.
guys for joining us today. Let us know some topics down below because we've been following the news. We play a lot of video games. We talk about them a lot.
Yeah.
But let us know what you guys think down below about the new Call of Duty direction, and just give us some more topics you'd like to see on EM while we're waiting for Natalie to come with her full recovery.
Yeah, you guys are really good at thinking up cool stuff. So,
Yes.
yeah.
All right. Rob's at Comics Explained. I'm at Benny. Well, I'm at Comics Storian. And together we are Eligible Monster. We'll
Yes.
see you next time right here.
I'm at Benny.
I'm at Benny.